Hello everyone. I'm just checking if the video is live or not. I'm just checking it on my mobile phone because it will just con. Okay. Hello everyone. I'm just checking if the video is live or not. I'm just checking it on my mobile phone because it will just con. Hey, hi Gokul. So just let me know if the video is better than the previous one. Well, that's uh, 1 second. Cool. I mean, sorry, I just so yeah, I'm this time I'm streaming from OBS. It's a open broadcasting software. It's a free one. Should be better 1080p, or I would try to stream even better, but this should be better quality than the previous one. Last time I tried StreamYard and uh Tarimoboi. I think now it should be better. I was just checking it on my mobile phone, so there was some issue there, but now it should be better. The video should be better because now it's directly streaming from a laptop. I'm not using a third party software for which I had to pay for it. And again, that was only, even after paying, it was only 720p. I can even increase the resolution to this one, but this is just because I moved to my hometown. The net is not very fast, I would say. So I'm just trying to keep it till 1080p, 30 frames per second. Not only because free is better, but also because the software is very good. That's what I've seen well. Okay, I see Gokul has mentioned that just let me know, is the audio, like, are you seeing repeated audio? If not, just confirm me about that. Are you listening? Repeated audio or echo? If there's any, that would be really helpful. Okay, Bahal has confirmed no, not there. Tarim Bowie, can you please confirm if that's still for you? Okay, cool. Even he is confirmed. I see 10 concurrent viewers here. Yeah, if we'll wait for a few minutes, 4 to 5 minutes, and we'll start with that. I'll just open this thing, the bootcamp page. So here we are. I think this is a better. So yeah, we are in week one still, and we went to this daily reads. I'm just going to recap for anyone who has joined new and for people who are still into this. Probably you would have started reading news portals, RSS feeds. I last time I talked about Feedly. If not, there's this thing called Feedly where I'm easily able to see all the feeds there. I've also talked about people should be posting on Discord. So if you see your daily reads, so I've been posting things, but Crazy Photon 111 has also been posting. Raven has also posted. Rosie has also posted. Satyavrat Yadav has also posted. So I see people have started at least reading. Rosie has again posted. Mr. Rad posted something. So it would be really good if you also get participate into it. It's like we are collectively trying to read or be better at cybersecurity. So it's better if you show more participation. Just any article you read, just try to read at least 3 articles every day. That's good enough. It would not take you more than 5 to 10 minutes. And the Speedly was something that I've been using. You can use any free open source software, that's up to you. Just that it's a convenience to me, so I've been using it. Like for security news, I'm just following a few feeds. If you have not checked this one, please check out the video in the previous the class here. If you go to week 1, class 1.md, you will find the link to the previous video. And also this link is not working. Let me just update this one. I think okay, I'll update this link. This one is not working, but yeah. So class1.md, you'll find all the recording, the news portals, the websites and all. Today also I'll do the same thing. I'll create a class2.md. I'll put all the links there, so don't worry about it if you're missing out on any of the links. Also, I would want to, hey Rohit, hi. Okay, yeah. That was a quick recap of the class one. So we discussed about news portals, trying to develop a habit of reading. So I'd want everyone to start reading something, especially to cybersecurity, because in cybersecurity, if you want to go long, and even in any career, you would have to read a lot, especially good books and other kinds of things. I also read a lot of non-cybersecurity books. Like if you see this book, I just my brother gifted me this today. I got it. My birthday is soon to come, so he just gave me this, and I mean, yeah, I read a lot of books, so this is good for me. It's easier for me as well to read articles. Moreover, if while you're in cybersecurity or in any field, you would have to read a lot because there are a lot of documentation, there are a lot of bug exploits, processes. The more you read, the better your knowledge would get enhanced. So it's good to develop a habit of reading. I think, yeah, so let's talk about what we'll try to do today. I have already posted in, if you see here, week one, where is this? So yeah, so similarly, we will have week two, week three, week four, week five. Every week we will have all the questions. Anything you have, you just ask relevant to that part. In the first part, the first video, there was not much. First class, there was not much that I think you would have been asking. But yeah, if you have anything, you can post it here. Today we are planning to have our own blog set up using Gatsby. So we'll be using Gatsby to set up our blog and portfolio. So if you see my website here, this is my website and I post about me here. So if I have to send it to any recruiter or anyone who would like to see my website, they would see my articles, like latest article. Let's say the hacking articles are there, the things that I've abused or the things I've used to hack. Any interviews or any other places that I have speaking, any, so it's not very updated. So any places, any conferences, any meetups I have spoken, I posted here. So you see it's not updated very recently. Any specific projects that I made, I am very curious and I would want to talk about, I posted here. Newsletter, it's not updated, but yeah, I'm starting a newsletter on SecureMyOrg, my own company that I've recently started. So if you see online presence, it's a good one. This is also a free hosted website, just a domain name I had to purchase. And there's a dark mode as well. So if you just like a click of a button, everything is very easy. I don't have to be a software developer or a web developer to create all this. And that is what I'm going to show you, how you can create a similar website. This is a bit custom made, but also the source code is easily available online. So you can just copy it and change it to your requirement. It will take you a lot of time to change it because I spent quite some time just tweaking things and all. But yeah, about me, you can read it about here. So anyone's interested in my life, they could read there. You can search for, let's say, um, sorry, you can search here things. Let's say, I'm not sure how the search works, but yeah, you could search here. Today I learned TLs are things that I have. So you can have different buttons here about me. So these are hacking articles. So you can also have like the medium, in medium, the way you have zoom in and zoom out, you can have it here. And the motivate, you can also have these captions and all. So it's very clean interface, the article. And the reason I want you to set up your own website or your own, what's your own blog, so that you can start writing about boot camps, you can start writing about things that you have been doing, you can start writing about any, maybe any CTF challenges that you have done. Just start creating your own brand through this. So by the end of the 5 week boot camp, you should have actually at least every week, even if you write one article, you would at least have 5 articles on your name, on your presence, so that if someone searches your name, let's say if you search Asim Shray, you would find something. Let's say I search Asim Shray, so you might find a few things like Twitter, LinkedIn, all these are on the top. Even my blog comes on the top. So these things are some things that you should be like, if you someone searches your name, at least your blog, at least some articles that you have written that comes up online. And then it's easier for you to prove your worth in cybersecurity that hey, I have done this. So if you see here, this is a CTF article. If you see a CTF I've written. So CTF articles, these two are CTF that I've done and I've written blog posts. I've participated in more CTFs, but there are only two blog posts. So these are articles and all. So this is a bug bounty report that I did. So these are 4 bug bounty things that I have. So any bug bounty findings you have, you can write about it. You can easily do it on medium.com as well. It's just that now a lot of people, it's paywall there. First of all, a lot of articles there is a paywall. Maybe you can also configure to not have paywall on your articles. That way maybe your visibility might increase. Having your own website just gives a more credible, in the sense that you are more technical in a way that okay, you are hosting your own website. I think that makes some sense or some way. But It's just that I was having more control over it. I was able to like control the way, the design, and everything. So that's why I moved to my own website. And you see, I can have your reactions and all. People can comment as well. This is a discuss comment. So this is not created by me. There's just plugins that you can easily use, and then there's previous and next button. So if you want to see the next article and all. So in Medium, you don't have a lot of these things. So yeah, that's them. I think I've given enough reasons to talk about why you should have your own article. Now, let's get started with this. So, last time I remember I was talking to someone, and then on tweet, someone messaged me, why not start with your like Cloudflare pages as well? So, uh, the so I'll talk about the technology that we'll be using. So, we'll be using Gatsby. So, Gatsby is a blog website. If I show you here, so first, let me show you what Gatsby is. The best React-based framework. What's the yeah. So Gatsby is mostly to create websites. You can create fully like not only blogs. You can create portfolio websites. You can create landing pages. All those kinds of things. If you see here, these are some of the starter libraries. This is a contentful homepage. You can just copy these, change values, and you would have your own landing page. For example, let's say if we go to the live demo of this. So so this is the whole website. That's the pricing page, about page, blog. All these things would be there. You can just have and these drop down. So it's basically a full-fledged landing page. People can also sign up. So you can like create more functionalities out of it. It's just that it's a framework that helps you create very easily all those things. Again, there are a lot of templates out there easily and freely available. We'll be using one of those templates to just like change it to our needs and deploy our own website. So if you see here, it's kind of a e-commerce website where you have these products and then your product page is there, add to cart, and then cart is added. So this is whole created on Gatsby. You can have a checkout page and then checkout might go to a stripe.com or something like that. Oh, they also have a my shop. So the whole Shopify page is basically created on this, and you don't have to spend a penny on just on even like hosting on the even like you don't have to pay anything on Shopify or anything like that. You just have to like you can easily create it. It's freely available, and I'll just talk about how you can do this. Landing page, product page, all these features are there. So the and these are some blog pages you can have. So I'll be using a theme that's this one. Yeah. So this is a theme that I'll be using. Where you can have articles where you can let's say so the idea of having a blog is where you can talk about yourself. You can have your own blogs. You can also have a page where you can contact me kind of thing where we can maybe post a Twitter, LinkedIn, basically your one pager link. So let's say if you're sending your resume to your HR or let's say any headhunter who's trying to find out your maybe you have a freelancing thing kind of thing. So you have your own page where people can directly contact you, and that looks very professional in the sense that oh they have a page and all the everything is quite streamlined into this. You can also have your own tweets and LinkedIn feed onto this in the main page. You would have to just play around, but you can easily do it. For example, let's say I have to read an article. It's a very clean interface, good interface. All articles you can see here. You can also search by the tags. So let's say typography and all. Only single page. Dark mode, light mode is also there. So this is the static, the actual theme. So the theme is from here. This is the theme. This is 2000 stars are there. And evolving thought for creating static blocks. So it's Gatsby. So we'll be using this. The We'll not be spending a penny on creating our own designs and all because we'll be using an open source. We'll not be spending a single money to host our website because we will be using Cloudflare. I'll also show you how you can use it on GitHub. The only place where you would want to like spend some money is where you want to have your own domain. So let's say asimstray.in is what I purchased. So if you want to deploy your website on asimstray.in instead of this random like portfolio.pages.dev, then you would need to purchase it. It's a one-time investment. Every year you would have to pay $10 to $15, something like that. But that's a good enough investment for yourself. That is one thing. For hosting, you wouldn't have to pay. For designs, you wouldn't have to pay. For adding more content, adding more images, you wouldn't have to pay. That's there. So first thing is Cloudflare. I've already asked people to create account on Cloudflare. And the other thing is that we'll be using Netlify to deploy. I don't think it's like I mean it's just a different use case. I mean you can use Cloudflare, you can use Netlify, either of those that both of these works. If you don't have either of these, if you just want GitHub, I'll also talk about how you can host on GitHub pages and maybe connect your domain to it. So we'll be looking at three different methods. First, we'll be using Cloudflare. Second, we'll be using GitHub Pages, and third, we'll be using Netlify. All of these require you to have a GitHub account, require you to have a Cloudflare account, require you to have a Netlify account. Once you have these, it's very easy to deploy. For prerequisite today, I also asked you to have Node installed and npm, because all these are TypeScript and JavaScript websites. So you would need to have, this is NVM. NVM is a Node version manager, because I have faced a lot of hurdles just installing npm packages, Node packages, managing those. There are a lot of breaking changes in version to version changes. So it is one of the easiest way to install and run Node and npm. So if you go to installing and updating, you just copy this command and you run it. It will install nvm. And then I have talked, probably you would have to run these also just to have it on your shell. And just to install, let's say if you want to install something, Node version, let's say hyphen LTS. So you can just a long-term support version nvm install hyphen LTS, and it would automatically install the stable long-term supported version of Node and npm. So this is required. Just uh, with that said, let's start with deploying. Do you have any questions? Anyone has any questions? Indra Vellu, I don't have an RSS feed for my newsletter. It's still work in progress. I had to publish my newsletter this Tuesday, but because of some emergency that came up, I couldn't do anything. I was not even able to take the class on Saturday. So that's there. But yeah, I'll try to be, what do you say, more. Um, I'll try to start newsletter this week. This would be the first edition of the newsletter. All of you are signed up on that, so don't worry, you won't miss on that. Please try to share that and try to share this bootcamp for anyone who might be interested in learning basic hacking and maybe starting into hacking and learning how to just get around things, some basic things like building your own brand with your own website. Technologically, if they would want to get into it, this is a very good place. Even if you don't want to go into cybersecurity, maybe you're a software developer or maybe you're a marketer or salesperson, you might want to go into technical sales or technical, you want to prove your prowess as a technical person, this bootcamp would help you in setting up your own brand with your own tools and just the basic technical things that you would get to know. Once we have those foundations built, we'll like move on to further weeks where we can enhance on that. uh, does anyone have any questions, or we can start with this? Also, let me know if you feel that the speed is slow or not being very clear, anything like that. Please just ask me around. I'll try to slow up or I will do similar kind of, yeah. Okay, so first command is npm. So I told you that everyone needs to have. I'll create everything from scratch. Let me just wrap it up. Delete this. Okay, let me just create another repo. SecureMyOrg, SecureMyOrg, my blog, bootcamp. Okay, my bootcamp blog. Let's say I want to put it like this. Okay, I have to create a public repo. Just create a repo. Don't do anything. I'll close this one. Cool. So I use Git and SSH version. That's why it shows like this. If you have HTTPS, it would show like this. I mean, however you have Git setup, that's up to you. Both of those work the same way. Now let's follow the commands here. So we have to copy this. Let's copy this. Okay, I have a repos folder because npm install -g installs the Gatsby CLI globally, so it doesn't matter whichever folder you are, the Gatsby CLI would be installed globally. This is required so that we can easily do the Gatsby build and Gatsby deploy and all those things, because the whole blog is built on the Gatsby framework, which is again based on the React, which is another framework. And npx, so npx is again. So npx is again command. This basically command copies a new Gatsby site, and I will usually try to name it the same thing. You can name it whatever you want, but just for this consistency sake, I am trying to name it same. So what it will do is it would create a new Gatsby folder based on this template, the template that I already showed you, and the name of the folder would be this. I put it like this because again, because the repo name is the same, so I put it like this. You can put whatever name you want. Before you continue, this is this. So you need to have GitHub SSH key set up, all those things. Git remote add origin. So basically, Git is a version control mechanism, and it helps you manage your code very easily in a streamlined way. So if ever you change any code part in your repository, you can just track those changes, and you just track those changes instead of tracking the whole thing. So my blog portfolio, sorry, no, my bootcamp blog. Yep. Cool. If I say git remote show, I think there's no git remote -v. There's nothing. So what I'm doing is I'm adding a origin. So remote is basically where you want to track the remote. Remote is where you want to track the folder, where you want to track the repository. So this is where I want to track. I'll just copy it from here. So what I'm doing is git remote add. I have added a origin, and the origin's value is this. You don't need to get into the technicalities of it. It's just a way to push to the origin and pull from the origin. So you need to define a remote file system. Git branch -m main. So it's already there. I don't need to, but I mean, if the main branch is not there, it would create a main branch. Git push -u origin. -u is for upstream. Upstream is because where you're pushing it, uploading it. Where we want to upload it to origin. And then which branch? The main branch. Now once that's there, I think it will get deployed. So I'll just refresh it, and if the everything is good, it should be deployed here. Okay, yeah, everything is deployed. Initial commit here 1 minute ago. Okay, one commit, everything is copied here. So if you see here, this was the actual repo, and I've pulled everything into my repo as well. I'll also show you how to customize it. Don't worry about it. Now on deploying to Cloudflare pages, again go to Cloudflare dashboard, worker pages. On the account home, select worker and pages. So this is my account home. This is the worker and pages. I already have a blog, so do you want to? Should I delete it? Let it be. I'll create a new one. So worker and pages, create application. I think that's what there says. Create application pages, connect to Git. Pages, connect to Git. I've already my GitHub account is added here in use, so I'll add one more account here. Okay, that's weird. Let me see. I think I can configure it somewhere here. I'm not sure. Begin setup. Okay. Let's try to add account. Secure my, I can configure it from here. Only select repositories. I would want to select boot. My bootcamp blog. So these are two repos I want to give it access to. I've given Cloudflare access to those repositories. The other one was I was just trying out before this call, before this. So this is the one that I'm trying to use. I'll select it. Now begin setup. Production branch is the main branch, the one I've used. We'll use the Gatsby here. Even if the framework is not there, if you are doing it your own, then you can just choose none and you can put the commands yourself. Save and deploy. It should automatically deploy everything there. Now it should break because I've seen it breaking, so I know why it will break. I want it to break so that you understand how I'm debugging it and how I'm trying to sort the issue. Because as a hacker, as a problem solver, you as an engineer, you need to do that. So complete log. This is this npm run alias. So it's saying these are missing. Okay, let's go to. So this is the error log, and I'm just trying to see what is the error here. Detected falling from environment. Something issue is there. Could not resolve dependency. Conflicting dependency, unsupported engine. And only install packages when your package and package log JSON or npm string grab.json. Please update your log file with npm install before continuing. So let's see if that works. I mean, yep, this is all hit and trial. That's how we try to resolve this. So what would happen is when I do npm install, it would try to install all the dependencies that's there in the package.json, and it also creates a file called package-log.json. So what happens in package, let me just show you what's in package JSON and package log.json. Okay, so see, if you see here, it's in yellow and there's a M there. So package JSON is basically the name of the package, version, description, keywords and all that. Repository file, a repository URL and all. Scripts, the different kinds of scripts that are there. So if I run npm run build, this would run this particular command. If I run npm run clean, it would run this one. Then dependencies is what was causing the issue. So these are the different dependencies that this particular program requires to run. And when you run npm install, basically it installs all these dependencies. And in the package log JSON, what it does is it also like keeps the hash of that particular exact dependency, so that there's no confusion of, let's say, if the version is upgraded or something like that. So if you see this is VS Code, by the way. I've asked everyone to install this last time. So in this here, if you see this source control is there, and let's say I want to, I can do anything, like I can do source control from here as well. So I just stage all the changes. So Git has some terminologies. Staging is where if you first add it, okay, this file I want to commit to the origin repo or the source repo. So I have now added those changes. Now I'll do uh, update with latest package lock.json. Why I'm writing this? Because let's say if you see here right now, where is that? So here this was the commit message, initial commit from Gatsby, and then there was nothing there. I think one commits. Sorry. Yeah, initial. This was the only thing. So this message would come in when I'm writing. So if someone sees, okay, what change was being done here? So this would be the change that was being done here. So I'm using it from the UI right now, trying to commit and all. Okay, there's some error here. Now let's see what was the error here. Show one command output. Any configure task, some errors there. Input update with latest package. So subject may not be empty. So there's this commit length is something there. Let's see what commit length is. So there's some commit length being set up here. So all these issues I have already faced, but I just want you to understand what the process of debugging is. So there's some kind of commit lint or some tool is there that basically checks your commit messages for things so that you just don't write ABCD and all. So what we have to do is, in general, the pattern mostly looks like this, that first you write the scope, which is the subject, and then you write it. So if you see here, subject may not be empty, and we have kept it empty because we have just written update with this. So the way we need to write is maybe fix or feat or core or something. So because we can write it as update, so you can do ABCD as well. It just checks for the pattern. So now instead of here, I'll use the terminal to commit it. So let me show you the commands here. Git status. This is there. Modified file. Git add package. It's already there, but if I had to add it, uh, git git status. Now git commit -m for message. I'll copy the message. Now if I do this, it would work. Okay, type must be one of this: build, core, CI, docs, feed, fix. So let's put it like fix here. I think fix is fine. Okay, now we'll try to push origin main. We'll push it, so probably it will run some tests. And this repo is set like that. Otherwise, it doesn't usually run in other repos. So now it will push it to the what do you say? It will push it to here. Where's that? My bootcamp log. Let's refresh it. You should see the fix kind. Yeah, see, this is the latest one. And pending, what is this? So Cloudflare pages build in progress. If I see the details here, it's here. So okay, now let's see what's happening here. Continue to project, continue. Let's see. So this new deployment, so whenever I push the repo or the new changes to the main repo, it automatically gets deployed. We can also configure this to not do this, so that if let's say let's say I'm just testing out some blog and I'm just trying to put it in a demo version and not in the production. So I'll not in the main website. I don't want to keep it live. I just want to keep it non-live so that I'll have it proofread the blog proofread from other people. And once that's done, I'll push it to the main repo or main branch and get it deployed. You can also do that. I think there's the settings here, build and deployment. So automatic deployments are enabled. If you want, you can just disable this so that it doesn't automatically deploy. But because we are just testing it out, so we'll let it be there. If you see here, oh, sorry, on this view details, let's see what's going on. It should have broken by now, but it's not broken. Okay, so npm part was successful. Now it's just building the application. It should start pushing it. Let's wait it for a while. Uh, Meanwhile, let's see what the repo is all about. Sorry. So this is the main repo, and for quick start, let's go to R only. Let's close this one. Oh, let me close. Reopening. I'm reopening it so that later on I have to send you the links. I have all that there. So now quick start is npm install. We have already done. Now let's do npm run start. So I try to do everything from here till VS Code so I don't have to jump places. So in the bottom, if control and tilde operator, so you see the bottom, you can just have the terminal up here. So you don't have to switch between terminal and VS Code again and again. Something is running at port 8000. Okay, we'll use a different port. I think the other thing that I was running, it's running on port 8000. Let's see meanwhile if this has been deployed or not. Oh, I unnecessarily refreshed it. Deploying to Cloudflare network. Oh, your site was deployed. Let's see where our site is. This is our site. Cool. We have our website up. Now, there are a few things that you would want to change. So, blog by John Doe, obviously, you wouldn't want to have that. The name wouldn't be there. Images you would want to change. So, I'll just go through quickly what are different things that you should be changing. You don't need to be a very good, you don't need to be a hardcore developer or Gatsby. Don't need to understand every files and all because I don't understand myself, but I know how to change things. So, I'll just talk about it. See here, you can see the blocks and all. Let me quickly go through the folder structure. And because I've started a development server locally also by running the npm run start command that was given here. So that would help me quickly test out whatever changes I've done, because every time deploying, pushing it repo on the repo and then waiting for the deployment to happen, that would take a long while. So now this is done. I think we don't need this. I'll just okay. So this is it's running locally. Now let's see what are different files here. So if you see here, content, the post configuration is there, blog by John Doe. So let's say blog by Asim Shrey. URL will, so if you see here, blog by John Doe is here. It should be okay. Oh, I'll talk about why that didn't change. For config.json, there would be different things there. You can have your contact GitHub. So for example, let's say I have my Twitter as twitter.com/Asim Shrey. I think I need to add, I'll see how that goes. Veen, loan, Instagram, all these things you can do. Author name, Asim Shrey. Photo, what's the photo here? Let's see. Photo is this one. I want to change it. Do I have a photo of myself? I should have. Let me see. Let me see. I'll just open a new terminal here. CP downloads Asim. No, CP documents Asim. I'll copy it to content. I think content is fine. Okay, what's the scene pic? So this is my pic. I'll use it as a photo instead of, I'll delete this one. I'll rename it to photo.jpg. Just so that I don't have to rename it everywhere. It should be updated. Let's close this one. Control D closes that. So you see this is updated. Let's try to refresh it. Okay, so for other things, I think I have to subtitle is fine. These yeah, Google Analytics, you can put it here. What else? Let's say posts. So these are the posts. So let's say if you want to update a post, perfecting our humane typography. This is the latest one, right? Humane typography. Let's say I want to do how I hacked NASA server, NASA servers. Let's say, and then whatever date. Let's say 2024. 3. What is the date today? It's 8th March. Cool. You can also change how I hacked NASA server. Category, let's say bug. Bounty, let's say bug bounty hacking 2024. Um, uh, my experiments with, let's say, Shodan and NASA hacking. Something you can just have. Also, you can have the media part is so every blog post would have their own media. So, like if you see here 42 lines. Now let's see how I hacked NASA and how I hacked NASA servers and the blogs is here and everything. My experiment showed and then NASA hacking. So all these are updated. This updating this would because I'm changing the config.json, so I have to stop the server and restart it. I'll do that quickly. Don't worry about it. What else would you want to change? I think that is the major part that you would want to change. Let's see Gatsby config.ts. I don't think you would want to change it to anything here. Config.json is something, let's say hacker, founder of SecureMyOrg, hacker, I'll say also teacher at hacking simplified. Cool. Founder at securemyorg.com. I think that's there. I'll just stop it and then I'll start again because the config JSON you can't refresh it automatically. It would take time here. Now if I will wait for a while. This image is also something I would want to change. How do you change it? How do you change it? Photo.json. I think we'll see how we can change it. Pages, about page. So if you want to change the about page, you can write about yourself here. Contacts, you can just instead of you can just add your social links and all. What happened? Oh, yes. Sorry, I didn't do the yes thing there. No other file you need to change, I think. Yeah, no other file you need to change. And the content only you would have pages and posts. That's probably good enough. Photo JPG config JSON I've already updated. Now we see, yeah, this photo also got updated. Block by Seamstray. Weird, why didn't this get updated? Did I not save it? Okay, maybe they're so see these icons got updated. Twitter.com. Okay, so you don't have to write it like this, you just have to write a Seamstray, I think. So this is something you would have to figure out yourself. Just okay, I think. So what is it's doing is it's taking the value from twitter.com and just adding that part in the end of it. So just a Seamstray would do. Cool. Now what I will do is GST. So GST is short form for that. Get status is what you will do. You can use VS Code as well. You can just what do you say? Feet updating to my liking. Let's say commit. And okay, what is the issue here? Okay, commit. So sentence case is where you. So this was the issue because sentence case is starting with capital letter, so must not be sentence case. That's why. So case is uppercase, lowercase, sentence case, camel case. There are a lot of cases. Cool. Now I showed you how you can change this. Let's see my bootcamp blog. Enabled automatic deployment. So feet updating to my liking. This is getting deployed. We can see the progress here. Okay, I'm just I'm just checking the messages by the time it's getting deployed. Indira Valley, it requires subscription. Yeah, it requires subscription. There is no RSS feed there. I think probably it will have right now. There's no. Bahal Saab, how can I get good with reviewing? Can I? Is there a way to? No. Okay. How can I get good with reviewing code? All website use different bunch of technology. Well, it would take some time for you to figure it out. The more you get into GitHub repos and deploying things yourself, you would get to know about the, the different kinds of code. So kind of you need to have some kind of development thing liking, and then you'll get to see understand code. That would be easier. Mason, can you please talk slower? Can't understand a word you're saying. Sorry, man. Sorry about that. I'll just maybe slower on that. Bahel is asking, site is hosted on CF. Yes, site is hosted on Cloudflare, so you don't have to buy anything. It's very fast. Cloudflare takes care of all those things because it's a static website. So there are just a bunch of files like if you see jQuery files and all these static files that get you get from Cloudflare and other places. It's the same thing. Your website is also a static file that is getting hosted on Cloudflare. Now what we'll do is we'll add a domain to it. I'll quickly show you how that's going to be done. Takes a time to build. So this should be updated as soon as it gets deployed. Oh, by the way, you can also use functions. So let's say if you have you want to create a contact form or contact us or book a free consultation or something like that, you can also do that. If you see my website as well, this is also a Gatsby website and this is freely hosted on Netlify, I think. Yeah. So blog is there and this is quite custom made, but yeah, this is how you can do it. So you can, this Zoom functionalities and all this still there. Newsletter, you can subscribe to a newsletter, a pricing page on all these are it's a whole totally it's a static page. It's a Gatsby website. There's no hosting or there's no web server that's running to host it. Book a call, basically it takes you to another page. It's a cal.com thing where you can book a call with me. But yeah, because I didn't created a contact us form, I would be creating it. So that's there. Let me just see if this is deployed. This is green, so it's probably deployed. What's the link for this? So see the link has changed. This is 9A92 and say Asim Stray, blog by Asim Stray. This is not update. So whatever you saw in the local, it's the same thing here. How I had NASA server and all that. Cool. So you understand how this was done. Now I would want to. This is not a website link that I would be sharing across, right? I would want to have it on my website or something. So let's see how we'll do that. Custom domains is one of the things that you can do. Set up a custom domain. So let's say, so I have a few websites already on my dashboard or Cloudflare dashboard that's there. So you need to first have a website onto it. You can look at tutorials how to do that. First buy a domain and how you can link it to Cloudflare. You can also buy websites from Cloudflare as well. So let's say my bootcamp blog dot SecureMyOrg.com. Let's say I want to do this. Continue. So this custom domain is an option. This is just a convenience. You can do the same thing by going to your SecureMyOrg.com's Cloudflare or wherever it's hosted and add this DNS entry. So I'll just create this and it would automatically create a uh, mm, mhm. Okay, what I'll do is so these are SecureMyOrg records. Let's refresh it. I was assuming that it would automatically add the CNAME entry to this. If not, we'll create it ourselves. Okay, it's already created. See, it's already created here. So if I go to this mybootcampblog.securemyorg.com, we should have this website up and running. So now this is something I would give to a company or recruiter somewhere where they can just have a look at it. And ideally, even this subdomain not, maybe let's say asimstray.in. This is something I would want to give or whatever website you have. So ideally, you would want to do this. So now we have completed the part where we have totally created a website from scratch using a template from Gatsby. hosted it on Cloudflare pages, and also added a domain to it so that we can use it for ourselves. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, Tarimbol, you would have to look up the error the way I saw it. First, you need to install it using npm. So the question from Tarim Bowie is that npm install -g Gatsby -cli brought up an error code on your terminal, on his terminal. So try to look up what the error code is, and before that, have you have the nvm, the installation, and the node version upgraded and all that. If everything is in place, then look up the error code, what it is, and you might find a solution there. It's not a very big issue there. Bell Saab's question is, does CF offer caching responses? Yes, CF is Cloudflare and it also does cache responses. That's why I have all my websites going through Cloudflare. You can also host your email even if you don't have a email subscription for, let's say, Zoho or Gmail or whatever. You can still do it and send the emails to your personal account. That's also something that you can do. Now let me quickly show you how you would do the same thing on GitHub Portal. So okay, yeah, this is how GitHub works with Gatsby page, GitHub pages. So if you don't have a Cloudflare account, you can use this one as well. Ideally, I would suggest to have. Okay, now go to, navigate to a site's repository and click settings. So let's go to our repository settings. Wow. Close this, close this. Under this, in the GitHub pages section, use source. GitHub pages, where's that? GitHub pages. I think this is the pages one. Yeah. They have renamed it. Deploy from branch. Okay. We can select the main branch. The source drop down to select main. I have chosen the main one, or GHP as a GitHub. Click save. I'll just save it. Root is the folder. Deploy from branch. This is a classic one. I'll also see GitHub Actions. I've seen that it's a easier one. We'll do that as well. SecureMyOrg.github.io is the one that it should be deploying. Let's see. Okay. The best way to push a Gatsby app to GitHub page is by using a package. So let's install this one. Now if you see this is not installing globally, it's installing locally in the particular folder in this my bootcamp -block. So if I run gh pages, it won't be deployed from, like, I can't access gh pages as a command throughout my laptop because there's no -g -g option here, as it was in the install -g. If you see here, there was this one. If you have any question like why my terminal looks this colorfully and there's autocomplete and all, I'm using ZSH, which is an Oh My ZSH as a custom terminal replacement that helps me. Now in the deployment script, they have told me to use, I'll use this one, deploy. Let's see. Let's go to the package JSON. Is the deploy command? There's no deploy command. I told you there are some commands here. Let's put the command here. Now after running, you should see a website address. Okay, let's try this. Npm run deploy. So GHP is the public -b main. Okay, it should work. Let's see. I've never done this. I've like hosting on GitHub pages. I've been doing it after a very long time. So one of my very early websites was on GitHub pages when I was in college. At that time, I first used Jekyll. Jekyll is again a static site generator. At that time, it was very popular. Jekyll, this one. And then later on, I got to know about Hugo. Again, a static site generator. It's also like what's file source framework. So this is also a very good one. I've been using both of these, but Gatsby is something I quite like because you can do a lot of things in that. I think you can also do in this one. I'm not sure, but yeah, this was the first one that I used. Then I used Hugo. I had my blog on this one as well. So I've experimented with a lot of these things, and as Bell asked, like, how do you get good with code? This is how you get good with code. About the configuration, the terminal ZSH and oh my ZSH. So I like customizing and beautiful terminals. So ZSH. So yeah. unleash your terminal like never before. So this is how it would look. Oh My ZSH is a terminal wrapper that beautifies it and gives you a lot of easy to access commands and plugins that you can use. Batteries included. It has a lot of these things. Community framework for managing a ZSH configuration. ZSH is another terminal like Bash. So currently I'm using ZSH instead of Bash. So that's there. So it says that it has been published now. Where it has been published, I think it mentioned that it would be published on SecureMyOrg dot something something. Where is that? Yeah, username dot github.io. Okay, it's also mentioned here that it should be published here. Okay, let's try to go to this. There isn't a page here. Okay. One second. Gatsby build. If you're deploying to main branch, username. Okay, there's a path prefix that I need to give. Yeah. Okay. The repo name should be there. Is that? You'll need to add your repo name path. Okay, if I haven't used that one, what for site deploy path like here, the prefix path is used because the website will end up. Okay, if I had to deploy it directly, what would that be? Okay, copy. Okay, I think there needs to be a certain pattern to deploy it on your. Oh yeah, see, this is how you need to do. So I can't just directly deploy it on this repo. What I have to do is let's remove this. What I'll have to do is I'll have to create another repo called securemyorg.github.io. So securemyorg.github. I think this is what I have to do. Let me see what was there. Sorry. Because I remember something was out. Oh yeah, let's put it here. Create a repo with this name and then only I can use it. Git clone. Okay, cool. Now I'll create it. It should be a public repo. Create repository. What I'll do is I'll just copy this and set the remote as this one. So that's a git remote. There's this option to set -URL. Sorry, URL. And then I'll do this git push origin main. So I've been using Git for a long time, so that's why I know these commands. Now I'll get this should get pushed here, and the settings. Meanwhile, I'll do the pages settings. Okay, let's first get it pushed. Okay, it's pushed here. Now go to settings, pages, main branch, root saved. Okay. Now this should be coming up and running. It should be up and running. Go to SecureMyOrg.github. Okay. Do I need to do something from here? Main branch. Okay. Okay, I think I need to run that command again. npm run deploy so that it pushes, but it should be already deployed. I'm not sure why is that. Now let's see. Clone the repository, cd username, hello world, get atal, get push origin main. Okay, I didn't even have to do anything. Maybe I didn't have to do these things. Let's see. See. Okay. Okay, so this is the repo has been the readme is there. What I want to do is instead of the readme, mm, instead of the readme, I want it to be deployed from. Let's remove this. Where did that go? The path like this is path is used. Deploy pages -d public. Applying GitHub subdomain IDA. Let's say FNB main, npm run reply. Projects. So I want to use a different folder instead of this whole this. So see here's this stuff. Yeah, this there. So see the blog is here. Now I wouldn't want this to point to this. I would want to maybe. So now the blog is also hosted on GitHub. Now let's say if I want to use a configuring custom domains. I should be able to do it easily. Let's go to my Cloudflare settings. Now let's say I want to add a CNAME record. CNAME is basically when you want to point it to GitHub. Let's say GitHub blog. Okay. Target is this proxied. What I'll do is it should be showing it at here. Let's save it. GitHub blog.securemyorg.com. This is not allowing it. I thought so. Changing root of SR like to any domain you own. DNS provider form information. Okay, that's what I'm trying to do. Public with GitHub free and GitHub free for organizations and public and private for GitHub Pro. Okay. Or changing. I should be able to. Okay, let's see how to set custom domain for your GitHub pages. Click save. I did that, right? Oh, okay. I just had to put it like this. Save. Does that work? Probably they should be verifying something, otherwise anyone could do anything. Info the HTTPS DNS check in progress. What do you mean by DNS? Okay, so the CNAME should be, so first you create this record and then you basically do this. Then you DNS check is successful. Now we should be able to. It will take a while. Okay, it would take a while, I think, for the DNS to propagate and all. GitHubblog.com. Let's do a normal site. Okay, it works on HTTPS for HTTP. Okay, it works on HTTPS as well. So HTTPS is because I mean I'm using Cloudflare, so it's automatically redirecting to it. Otherwise, if I have to do HTTPS, and then because the domain is not proven to support HTTPS, I don't know why is that. Okay, but that's fine. We are having a HTTPS website here. If you see here, connection is secure and all, and we also hosted it on GitHub.io. It's also hosted here. It's also hosted on Cloudflare pages. Where is that? Okay. So they have hosted it in 3 different ways. I think you got the idea of it. It's also connection secure. So I hope you got to understand how you can host your website for free. I want everyone to go through this and host their own website, start their own blog, start writing about whatever you find, whatever hacks you do, whatever tips and tricks you want. Just try writing about it. At least every week, write one article and publish it, post it, retweet it, tag me, maybe tag other people, post it on Discord. We would also read your articles, we would share it. So that in the after the end of 5 weeks, you have something of your online presence so that people know, okay, this guy or this girl, they write good articles, they write good they have good blog flows, they have good presence. Also make sure you also do this thing. There's this guy, I think, I'm con sorry. config JSON, he had this Google Analytics. So create your own Google Analytics and added this so that you can also track the number of visitors. If you're using Cloudflare pages, it automatically gives you the, what do you say, the metrics. So the UI, how many people coming and all. But Google Analytics gives you a more detailed one. So I suggest everyone to use that one as well. Vulture, I'll watch you. Okay. So how does it verify domain ownership? It's basically once you buy a domain. So I've bought my domain from. So Behel Saab's question is, how does it verify domain ownership? So first I bought a domain on GoDaddy. So there's an option to change the name servers to Cloudflare. I did that because I manage all my 5-6 whatever websites I have. I manage all the DNS records from Cloudflare because for two things. First, the bot attack is automatically limited. The second is it automatically gives me HTTPS for all my configuration changes and all the websites, all the subdomains. So I don't have to manage the Let's Encrypt certificate and all those things. It's very easy to do, and it automatically helps you a lot. It's way simpler than doing anything else. So the now coming to the domain ownership, because now the domains are into my Cloudflare. So the GoDaddy would still remain the domain registrar. Only the name servers have changed to Cloudflare. For example, let me just quickly show you. So if I do dig ns asimshray.in, so see the name servers are cloudflare.com, and if I do again the same thing for securemyorg.com, again name servers are cloudflare.com. So now name servers, but what it actually means is that the if someone goes and asks, hey, where this what do you say, let's say myblog.securemyorg.com, if someone asks for that, then it would go to the name server. First it will check which name server is there. It will see, okay, Cloudflare is the name server. Then it will go to the Cloudflare and ask, hey, what is the, what do you say, what is the value for this one, my blog. So I think we can do dig trace root, something like this. Dig trace, yeah, dig plus trace. Let me show you quickly what I'm trying to show you. Let's say now someone goes and there's no HTTPS and all because those are protocols, those are not DNS addresses. Okay. Oh, sorry, I have to put it here. I can do, I think, all as well. Dig trace to understand. Yeah, I think there should be. Um, okay, so what happens is now the name server is Cloudflare, so you would get all the records from Cloudflare. So the home server, the browser that is trying to get it, it will get the details from Cloudflare. So this should be coming up. I'm not sure why it's not coming. Okay, let me show you for SecureMyOrg.com. Weird. Anyways, let's see Google.com. I think these are in my cache. That's why. Okay, never mind. Let's skip that. So let's not digress on that. So yeah, I was talking about how you verify domain ownership. So when GitHub pages, here it was. So when it checked for this value, it asked the Cloudflare what the value is for. And if you go see here, it found that, okay, this value is securemyorg.github.io. So that is how it verified the ownership, and that's why it said DNS check successful, and that's why it was allowing. So earlier you saw that it was not allowing me to just github.blog.securemyorg.com, right? But when I verified that, then it was able to allow me, because what happens is the host header that goes, is host header is github.blog.securemyorg.com, but the actual value is this one, securemyorg.github.io. So the GitHub doesn't allow it initially, because if it's not verified here, it won't allow the host header with github.blog.securemyorg.com. But once the DNS is verified, now even if you, let's say, use github.blog.securemyorg.com or use securemyorg.github.io, both would work. I hope that understands the question. Bahal has asked, but this is a great way to get familiar with dev stuff. I was thinking of making something but couldn't figure out what. Yeah, actually, that this is a very good way to understand how development works, how simple things that you want to, something that is interesting you, just make those things, and that's how you would get into development. I never red development just for making big e-commerce websites and all those kinds of things. I just made small things, maybe a tiny link URL, or maybe your own portfolio page or a short link hosting, all those things. Uh, cool. I think that's all for today. If you have any questions, please make sure you ask in the Discord week 1 channel. I will try to answer, or anyone else who is there, they will try to answer. And I'll expect everyone. I see there's 7 to 8 concurrent viewers that were there. So anyone who is there, please make sure that you host your own live blogs and share it in the blog. I'll retweet it with my account. If you like, just write something good and I'll try to retweet it and give you a boost on that. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day.